everybody. Welcome to the dugout field side here at Doran Park, not McKeon Park, because today we're going to be giving you a little bit of a quick playoff preview, and we had to shoot it a little bit quick. We don't got time to do it at McKeon Park because the playoffs start on Friday. We've got an off day tomorrow, and I'm joined by BJ Johnson today on the last day of the regular season. Going to go through with Coach how the season went and what we're looking forward to going into the postseason game 1 on Friday night at McKeon Park. So again, my fellow coach, my fellow joiner.
You're a coach too.
I'm a coach too? Okay. So I guess I'm a coach now myself, but BJ Johnson joins us. Special coaches report here from Doran Park. Let's just start off with the success of the team this summer. Overall, it's been a real good summer. Second summer in a row. You guys will be playing in the playoffs, but now you've got home field advantage as well. Got to feel pretty good.
Sure. Yeah. It's always better to have that. I think it's great for the club. I think we're comfortable. I think we're really kind of comfortable everywhere. We played in all these places, but it's great to do it in front of hometown fans. And last year, it was kind of like a dogfight at the end where, there were a lot of things that you could either be in second, you could be in first, whatever. This year was pretty well settled, over this last week to where it was, we're going to be a 2 seed, and that's fine. That's a really good spot.
Absolutely. They come here to Doran Park tonight with no stress on them, do the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They're sat in second place. They will host Falmouth. And you said feeling into second place and staying in second place, you guys went on a real heater. You broke out those orange jerseys. We'll get to that in a moment, though. I do want to talk about what it feels like now to be coming into this game feeling absolutely no pressure and where you think that comes from in terms of the team's mentality.
Well, I think they did a lot of their work that they needed to do, like you're just talking about. The previous 2 weeks were just we were clearly the hottest team in the Cape. We ran ourselves into a really good position, contended really to be in first. Lost a game at Katuitt, but it's nothing that really affected us that much. You can have a little bit of a bump, but the good news about these guys is they're really of the mentality that, hey, baseball, you can lose one. Let's just not go on extended ones, and we've never done that this year. Never gone on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just mentioned responses. We say this every night on the broadcast. Me, Mickey, and Jacob always talk about this team responding from adversity. They drop a game to Katuitt and then go on another real hot streak. And that's part of that mentality, just as you said. And is that something that goes through the coaches, through the players themselves, through the understanding? Where does that mentality kind of come from? Because that's not just brought in through just one guy.
Right. No, there's no question that Eric certainly communicates that message all the time. I think we all are of the same mindset of that. And I think the players, definitely from their experiences, their school experiences, their other summer experiences, they're of the mindset to say, hey, look, we're here to win. We're going to play to win. And that's set from day one. And, in general, we've handled that.
Absolutely. You said from day one the team was ready to win. They went on a bit of a rough stretch to begin, just not finding enough of the consistency. But we just mentioned around July 8th, July 9th, you guys broke out the alternate jerseys, the Cape Cod Connect jerseys, if you will. Those orange is really what turned you guys on. And was it something in those orange jerseys? But whether or not it was actually those orange, it seemed like that really was a kind of flip of the switch. I'm talking about Eric Beatty being so communicative. That was also part of his doing. So was that part of Beatty's way to kind of flip a switch?
Yeah, we talk about stuff like that all the time. Like, what can you do that can kind of, just inspire something? It could be like you've had a bad loss the day before, you can flush it, and then you bring in something new, really, that just gets guys kind of their energy level and the excitement up. So, I think the orange jerseys did that. I coined my little thing that was like fear the orange, and for a long period we would do that. And then we finally lost and we said, okay, we'll flip back to blue, but the orange will be out. Let me tell you that. It'll come out.
Oh, yeah. Orange playoff jerseys, baby. That's what we like hearing. So we'll talk about the playoffs now just a little bit, and we'll talk about how this team is going up against a Falmouth team that you guys have gone to Gov Fuller Field twice in this last week, played good baseball throughout, but in the end couldn't quite pull it out. And these were their first 2 wins against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks did come in this last week. It's a better team now, as there wasn't much roster turnover for Falmouth. And now with those last 2 wins for Falmouth against Hyannis, that sets up for a really fun-looking semifinal game.
Sure. We hold the season advantage over them, so you should have some confidence in that. You should also look and say, hey, I think it's going to be a really tough matchup. They've got some new players, some other people that have kind of caught fire. They are a very, very good club. You could look over the last 10 games. You could make the case they're the hottest team in the Cape. I think they're 7-3. I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be a really tough series. But you know what? As most cases up here in the Cape are, it's hard to win. So we've got to be playing great baseball, and hopefully what that means is that we're errorless. Hopefully we pitched in general the way we pitched, timely hitting, and then I like our chances.
Yeah, definitely. And you said the errorless baseball right there. I want to highlight one guy before going into the broadness of that, what you just said. This is a team that has stayed relatively the same, but you've brought in guys such as Zach York and John Gazdar. They have really held this defense down and have sent the team from towards the bottom of the defensive percentage charts towards the middle of the pack in a very short amount of time. So that's pretty impressive. They're going to be a real anchor, those two, York and Gazdar, going through the playoffs defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're great, and the other thing is they're both really good offensive players too. So I think we're fine there. I think we're set with, we know kind of maybe what rotation we'll have in the middle of the ballpark. And, our outfielders have been great all year. I mean, our corners are anchored. I mean, Cammie's been great. I think we're great and fine over at first base. Catching situation, we got 2 great catchers. What more can you ask for?
There isn't much more you could ask for. The depth of this team, second to none on the Cape. And now to go a little bit more broader to the statement that you said about being errorless going into the series against Falmouth. They punished you with those extra at-bats in the last 2 games. What else are you looking for besides the solid defense? The defense has picked up, so that's something that's good for Hyannis. But aside from the defense, what else will you be looking for from the team going into the series against Falmouth?
Hopefully all these players have had different hot streaks, and we've been collectively hot, and sometimes it's been individuals. What you'd love to have in this situation, of course, is, hey, our guys getting hot at the right time. Tonight we'll play it to where everybody kind of gets a tune-up, from the defensive side, from our position players, and hopefully they'll have some great at-bats and something to build on for tomorrow. I mean, not for tomorrow, but for the next day, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, it seems like there is a lot of optimism. That's another big thing as we wrap up here. Optimism, and there is real belief that this Hyannis team has a real shot at this Cape Cod Baseball League title, isn't there?
I would definitely say that. And I think if anybody's watched all the different teams around here, of course, we've seen all our opponents. And, there's some strengths, throughout the league, of course. But I would not want to be on the other side playing us most of the time. That's the way I would feel about it, and I'm trying to be totally objective there. Of course, we love our kids. We love them better than the other guys, but I wouldn't want to play us.
Doesn't seem like there are a whole lot of teams that have wanted to play this Hyannis Harbor Hawks team the whole season long, and don't let them get hot as they have over their last few games. A big rebound win last night against Wareham. Leads into tonight against Bourne. A win here could really set these guys on course into the playoffs.
Sure. I mean, you would like to go into the playoffs on that type of streak. I mean, we've been fine the last 10 games, maybe not as hot as we were before, but certainly above 500. And I think if we get one tonight or just play very, very well tonight, that's okay with us. That's good.
And we talked to Coach Eric Luxus yesterday and he said towards the end of his interview that his favorite memory is going to be in about 12 days' time when you guys lift the trophy. Is that a similar feeling that you share?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what you got to point for. It's been that's been communicated since day one also, that we'll say goodbye to everybody at the end of that time, and they'll have to rush back to school, but hopefully they'll rush back with a Cape championship. It would be really, really nice.
It's going to be a special playoffs here from McKeon Park. Not here right now, but we'll be at McKeon Park Friday night for the Game 1 against Falmouth. Special thanks to BJ Johnson, as always, for joining me on this special version of Coach's Report. Hawks are hot, and we'll see you on Friday at McKeon for Game 1.
you.